He is Earth's mightiest marksman. He's the battling bowman. He is Hawkeye, the archer. Originally from Iowa, after his parents were killed in a car crash, Clint Barton and his brother Barney ran away from an orphanage and joined a carnival. Clint caught the eye of the swordsman, who hired him to be his assistant by training him to be a master archer. When Clint found out the swordsman was stealing money, the swordsman left Clint for dead. After recovering, Clint honed his skills and joined the circus under the name of Hawkeye. When he saw Iron Man in action, he was inspired to be a costumed hero using trick arrows. However, after a misunderstanding on his first outing, Hawkeye was accused of theft and believed to be a criminal. This led to him being manipulated by the Black Widow, and after battling Iron Man a few times, Hawkeye decides to go straight. He rescues the Avengers' butler Jarvis from a mugger, and in appreciation, Jarvis helps Hawkeye by introducing him to the Avengers. He ends up being an Avenger under Captain America along with Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Hawkeye proves himself and stays with the Avengers for years. When Hawkeye's bow breaks in battle, he decides it's time for a change. Taking a dose of Giant Man's growth serum, he becomes a colossal hero, Goliath. He serves as the Avengers' heavy hitter for a while, but he returns to his Hawkeye identity. When the government decides to make the Avengers' membership more diverse, they fire him. Hawkeye finds employment as the head of security at Cross Technological Enterprises. While there, he runs into the costume hero Mockingbird. Together, they find out that the villain Crossfire is using Cross to destroy the superhero community. The pair manage to defeat him, but Hawkeye is rendered 80% deaf due to the conflict. The two heroes would get married shortly after. The Avengers would call on Hawkeye to lead a team of Avengers on the West Coast. During this time, Hawkeye and Mockingbird would separate due to issues in their marriage. Since then, the two have reconciled and have remained friends. Eventually, the West Coast Avengers would dissolve. Hawkeye returns to the Avengers, but this time he feels stifled. He leaves the Avengers to lead a team of former supervillains, the Thunderbolts. Hawkeye teaches them to be heroes and a team. Eventually, when Hawkeye feels he's done his job, he leaves the Thunderbolts and once again returns to the Avengers. When the Scarlet Witch goes insane, Hawkeye ends up being killed. In the aftermath of the House of M storyline, Hawkeye is brought back to life. When he returns, he finds out Captain America has died. Hawkeye takes up the identity of Ronin. As Ronin, he was a member of the Rogue Avengers team led by Luke Cage. When Cap returned, Clint took up his Hawkeye identity once again. These days, Hawkeye is a reserve member of the Avengers. He is mainly hanging out in his apartment in Bed-Stuy, working with his protege, the other Hawkeye, Kate Bishop. But Kate's story is the subject for another video. Hey, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to know when the next video is live. And check out below to see where you can find us on the web. The Fanboy Factor. Comics, toys, movies. What's your factor?